Okay, once.
I knew that was going to happen.
And you didn't stop it.
Things to do.
No, it didn't crack. It's not an iPhone.
I'm sure that's familiar with the movie.
Oh, yeah, the gentleman, but I'm pretty sure I watched it.
You know, that movie was I'm not sure what happened.
No, Josh, I don't have a tripod.
So what we can do is, let's go ahead and first get like the scenario happening, and then while whatever you guys are doing, you can talk to us, you can process all the things that people are aware of the company, and then from there, I'll get the interview for you. And then after the interview, you guys touch on the whole stuff, yeah. And then so we can get started just to go to the and just make the best of their time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Yeah, so are the lights gonna be off? Like what?
Yeah, we're gonna. You want to test it, see how it is with the. Okay, go ahead and shut off the lights and see how it is.
And then how long will this session take?
This takes about an hour, hour and a half.
Okay, and so for us to condense it.
Yeah, so we'll just do it because I go over all the equipment and what all the equipment does and what it means and how it works. So it's like a paranormal investigation 101 at first, and that takes about 15 minutes.
Are you able to condense that to 5?
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, I'm going to do it real quick.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I'll make it real quick.
Perfect. And then I wish they gave us more time because I feel like sometimes when we go to places, you don't actually get to see murder yourself in it. But I'm okay.
The je ne sais quoi, right?
I don't want nothing to happen.
Right, the je ne sais quoi. I think that's how you say it.
And thank you for having us, by the way.
No problem.
Yeah,
no problem.
really, and I know you guys were up late last night, and it's early, but thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
You good? Oh yeah, it looks good on there too. Okay.
All right, so
All right. Quiet on set, phones on silent.
You want the tripod or just like?
Well, are we going to walk around the room or just going to?
We can. I mean, we can take you over to the equipment. You know what I mean?
But are you going to stay right here?
I'll stay right here if you guys want. Yeah.
Well, it depends, because if you're going to walk around, you'll hold the camera, but if you're going to stay like in a certain area, you can do the tripod.
Because, everything happens like right here. Yeah. Yeah. This is.
I think I'll just go over to the and when we do it.
And then all right, so, and we'll start it, and you can just take us through the process.
Okay. Hi guys, this is Leon from El Paso Ghost Tours.
And then we'll just look at each other. We'll look at the camera. Yeah.
Okay. So my name is Leon. I'm with El Paso Ghost Tours. I'm the owner of El Paso Ghost Tours. I got a couple of my guys here in the background right now. They helped set up all the equipment. And when we do our tours, we start downtown. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, ignore the camera. Yeah.
Ignore the camera.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
We'll try it again.
All right. So my name's El Paso Ghost Tours.
we'll get your name and all that stuff later.
Okay.
Just talk to us about like the process. Yeah.
Okay. So when we do our ghost tour, we start downtown. We walk around. I show you the creepy places, a lot of history. I mean, it's like history, El Paso History 101, basically, maybe a little bit beyond. But then we come here to the Gateway Hotel.
Oh, it's okay. And then when you're saying driving around, what we can do, maybe if we were able to like get everything right away, maybe we can just drive and you go like we go here, and we can have them like in the back.
Okay.
We have time for that, but hopefully we can condense it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. But go ahead.
Okay. So during our tour, at the end of our tour, the culmination of our tour, we go here to the Gardner Hotel. And we set up our equipment. I have teammates that come down here before we get here, the group gets here, and they set up the equipment for us. And some of the equipment is right here. I have a spirit box right here. This is what they call the SB7.
Talk to us about the spirit box. Why is it spirit box?
Okay, so this is how this is not how we communicate with them, but how they communicate with us. Basically, it's an AM radio that scans really, really fast. And it doesn't stop scanning. And it's an FM also. FM just doesn't work very well for us. but the AM channels work really well, and it scans at 3 channels per second. So it's moving pretty quick. I mean, it's got adjustments, but 3 seconds is like the sweet spot.
So it picks up like the frequency of the
The spirit, yes. So they're able to manipulate the radio signals somehow. I can't do it, but they can manipulate the radio signals somehow, and they're able to talk to us. And what we listen for is the same voice over several different frequencies. We listen for answers that mean something to our question. For instance, we like to play a card game, and we hand out some cards. Nobody knows what card they have, and then we have them hold it to the dark section of the room, and our guests actually listen for the numbers, and they say what they hear. And sometimes, say it's, they say an 8, you'll hear it clear. And then we say, flip the card over, and it's an 8, It doesn't happen all the time. But last week they got 5 out of 6 cards right. So, and it was clear. It was really good. So it indicates that they are actually speaking to us.
And then what else do we have?
So this is just a battery pack, and we'll get that hooked up here in a minute. I always put the crystals right here, quartz crystals, and then the radio right between the quartz crystals, and it seems to sort of make the sound come through better. Like it clarifies it a little bit better. Not a whole lot, it's not magic, but it still kind of helps.
And then do you know if spirits are stuck down who they are?
We know a couple of them. So one of them is William. He actually passed away here. He was a friend of the owner a long time ago. He doesn't, like I said, he doesn't come through all the time, but occasionally he comes through, and we've got to know him a little bit. We're still working on a couple. Last night we got an EVP of a little girl. A little girl in the lobby. Not yet. So we're working on. Came through last night. Best we can hear with her audio is release the spirits, but we're not real sure. It's what we call a class B. It's clear, but you can't quite understand it. And it sounded like she was speaking right into my microphone.
And that was the first time you've ever experienced that for a little girl here?
For her here, yes. We have somebody that came through. Her name is Magda, and she said the word abbot. And we don't know if she's meaning that she was in an abbot or what that means, or possibly her last name. So, but we think that possibly she might have hung herself in the elevator shaft, because they do know that somebody did hang themselves in the elevator shaft years and years ago. But we're not real clear on exactly who she is or if that's.
It really did happen.
We're fairly certain. Have documentation, but the owners and the people that work here know the story about her.
Do they know why she did it?
No, she said it was something to do with her husband. So, and we're not, and he's here, but it's hit or miss. Either they're here or they're not here, and sometimes we get lucky and they're here and we can communicate, ask them questions. We want to try to help them. We cannot rescue them. From my understanding, it's kind of against the rules on their side. They have to be the right type of person to move to the next place, so we're still trying to figure all that stuff out. We've been trying to unwind this stuff for years, and it's not easy.
Yeah, I can imagine. And talk to us about this device.
Okay, these are K2s. Now these things sense electromagnetic fields, and it's got a very wide range. I mean, if you put your cell phone next to it, it goes crazy, but your cell phone's over here, it's not going to do anything, but if it's close, it is. They're pretty sensitive, and you can see these things are and they're directional too. So whichever direction you're pointing this is what it's reading. And you can see these things are sitting at orange, and it's because there's a lot of electricity flowing through this room, just from the building, from the mechanics of the building. But we do occasionally get it to where it goes, what we call spikes. It goes all the way to red for a little bit. And when it does that, and there's no cell phone nearby, and it's the only one doing that in the room, then we consider that to be some sort of evidence. Something's happening.
Are we able to show the cell phone near it?
Yeah.
To see how it spikes?
Mm-hmm. So if I just click the button, Yeah, and then it drops back down. So the phone's kind of waking up and it sends out a signal to the tower and this picks it up. So a lot of false positives on these things. But once you know how they work, then you can kind of figure out what's good and what's not. And we do hand these out. We hand these out. We don't have too many of them, so not everybody gets to hold one. But we do hand these out during the tour so people can experience it.
What is this?
This is an infrared light. So camera can probably pick up on the light coming off of it, but this is an infrared light. And when we go live on like YouTube or Twitch, then we try to illuminate the equipment so they know what the heck we're talking about. And so they're just not blindly watching the darkness. They can kind of see what's happening.
All right, so then from here, this covers the equipment?
This covers most of the equipment.
And then the red lights.
The red lights. Okay, let me go back here. So you can see that we have red lights in certain parts of the room, and this is called what we call a trap light. So anything moves between your eyes and that back wall, then you're going to see it. And it works really well in places with hallways or larger places. And in here, it's just kind of a nice, comfortable tone that it sets, but it also helps. It helps us. I mean, we're not trying to do the creepy part. We're trying to do it scientifically. And this kind of helps us see any shadows moving. As a matter of fact, last night, we had a lady sitting in the chair over here, and right behind her, there was something moving around. We couldn't quite figure out what it was, but something was moving, and she was sensitive to this sort of thing. And she says, somebody is like hanging over my head, like hovering above me. And I was like, yeah, because I could see him right there, you know?
That's something that's good here.
So nothing bad here. This is a safe place. It's obviously comfortable. It's clean. It's nothing like the other places we've always gone where we love the creep factor, but the places are always disgusting. And but I mean, the activity in those places. Now this is more for a novice. So if you're afraid of ghosts, if you're afraid of ghosts, this is the place to kind of dip your toe into the pool. When we used to do this, we'd start here, and then we go to the DeSoto Hotel and a couple other places, I think. But when we started here, we knew that if you freaked out here, you're not going to make it in the next place. You're going to lose it. So those other places were absolutely terrifying at times. And we actually had to leave early at times because of the fact that it was whatever was there. And we don't know everything. So we don't know exactly what was doing it or who was doing it. But sometimes things would get too aggressive and we'd have to just shut it down. We never had to do it like an hour in. I mean, with an hour left. It was always more of a like 5 or 10 minutes left in the tour. And we're like, all right, guys, we got to go. Because whatever's here is being very aggressive. People being scratched, hearing growls, and kind of advanced stuff for paranormal investigators. And in the case of, a guest, this is their first time, that's not a place for them.
No. Thank you for not taking us there.
Yes.
All right, shall we get started?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me hook up the spirit box, get everything set up here. Where did I do it? There it is.
You're hooking it up as far as like picking up frequencies?
Yeah, I'm hooking up the power cords, and I'm going to hook up the battery here. We used to go through a lot of batteries, and then I went ahead and got a battery pack. And it lasts for months. So I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah.
Let me.
Yeah, I've heard they mess with batteries.
Yeah, I mean, that's a theory, and I don't know if it's true or not, but it's happened to me. We've had this fresh batteries in this equipment, and within just a couple of minutes of using it, everything dumps. And so then we have to change out the batteries, and then it's fine. In one case, we put all new batteries into this thing. It's 8 batteries, and we put all new batteries, and then we got like 3 or 4 minutes out of it, and it dropped off. I'm like, what the heck? So we were, one by one replacing them. And I had to replace all of them. All the batteries were dead, and it did it 2 times on us in one night. And so for that to happen, the odds are high, the astronomical, but pretty high for us to lose batteries twice during a very short period of time. Something had to be doing it. I did check the batteries afterwards, and the batteries were low. So it wasn't just like one bad battery, and they were good quality, because I don't want to use garbage batteries, I want to use good ones in this stuff. So, but I got the battery pack, and so far it's got enough juice in it. They don't drain it, so they might try.
Yeah.
But they don't drain it. And this thing, by the way, I built this. This is a guitar amplifier, and it's beat up because we've been using it for years. But it's a guitar amplifier and guitar pedals. So you have a noise reducer on this side and a reverb on the other side. So it takes all the static out, and you just are left with the vocal tones that come through the radio. And then the other side, the reverb stretches those vocal tones out. So instead of getting something choppy, chop, 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 now you get a lengthy vocal tone, and you can kind of understand it better. And if you record it and listen to it with earbuds or earphones, then you would hear 10 times more than what you hear in person. That's what I was doing last night. That's when I picked up a couple of things that I was like, man, we missed that. Because it was saying arm, check your arm, right? And one of our investigators, she walked out. She had a scratch on her arm. I was like, where'd that scratch come from? She goes, I don't have a scratch. I said, no, the one on your arm. I'm not.
Not from here.
Oh, he's here.
No,
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay.
It is here. It doesn't happen often. It happens, but not often. Talking to the guy behind the desk today, when you guys got here, he said that he's been scratched here. And he's big old scratch on his back. His wife's like, where'd you get that? I don't know. What are you talking about? You know, she's like, what are you talking about? And she showed him his big old scratch on his back. He's no idea how it happened.
They are.
Let's see, what else? Oh, yeah, something kind of flashy here. We got a cat ball. We have several cat balls set up in the room. These things only turn on if they're moved or if a large amount of electrical energy hits them. I will tell you, don't ever put them in the back seat because you'll think you're getting pulled over. We have flashlights. These are the mini mag lights. We put them right between on and off, so we see if they'll turn them on for us. And so we have several of them throughout the room. Last night, one was going crazy over here, and it just kept going on and on. It just kept going, turning on and off, and it would turn off on command, roughly within a second of telling them to turn it off or asking them to. Josh asked to talk to Preston Gardner. Preston Gardner was the man who built this place in 1922. And as soon as he started asking, hey, Preston Gardner, are you here? Another flashlight, the one that was sitting up on top of this cabinet over here, it turned on real bright. So we're like, wow, that hasn't turned on at all. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to hit a couple of pieces of equipment we have kind of surrounding the room. Last week I did see something or someone move across the room, like right next to everybody back here. And it wasn't one of us. You can see where the lights are and stuff. It definitely wasn't us casting a shadow.
I'm getting scared. Okay. All right. So shall we do something? I don't know if
Yes.
I want to be in here. We can.
Oh, we can. I mean, we can actually, we can crank up the spirit box right away and see if they'll talk to us and then get some good audio on that.
Okay.
And then,
That's what Amber Yvonne said.
No, she said, I don't know downstairs.
We
When I'm downstairs,
have to be in the room.
That's not true.
we investigated Channel 26 building over on Mesa. And we decided to play a card game, like playing 21, nice and simple. So it was, one of the guys was actually acting for the spirits. And so we were dealing the card, and they said, they were saying, well, hit me, right? And we're like, I don't know if you want us to hit you at this point because you're at 17. Boom, you flip it over, it's a 3. So they beat us at 21, and they're dead. So they did a really good job. Interesting building, by the way.
We're good.
Okay, 30. Yeah, no.
All right, I'm going to turn it down a little bit. So you got a lot of static in it. It's noisy, it's annoying. Got a little bit of a buzz in there, so we're gonna adjust it.
Not mine, and we don't channel anything today. I'm okay with that.
I don't channel. I'm an observer. That's it. I'm an observer. Hello? Hello? It's morning time. And we just stopped by to say hello. Would you guys like to be on Would you guys like to be on television? And one of the things is most of the AM stations are in Spanish here.
Yeah.
99% of what we get is going to be in English.
Okay.
If we shift to Spanish and we start asking questions in Spanish, then we start getting answers in Spanish.
Did you say hi again?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh my god.
We have spoken other languages. We've gotten Chinese. We had a Chinese guest, and she's like, "That just it said excuse me in Chinese." And so we've gotten a lot of different languages through here. Correct. And yeah, it's getting more chatty now. Good morning.
You don't get scared?
I get startled, but not scared. I used to get scared.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then I found out what their limitations are.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing? Pretty good.
Good.
Yeah. Oh, flashlight.
Oh my god.
Can you turn it off for me, please? Thank you.
What is happening? Oh my god.
It's a normal day for us. Thank you. Who turned the flashlight on?
Sound like a little.
A little girl. I heard me.
Are you the one who spoke with us last night? Make sure, let me finish my question before you answer because we can't hear your answer. Said yes. Would you guys like to play a short card game? Just tell me what kind of card or what number. Tell me what number I'm going to pull out of the deck. Nice and clear.
You say 8 or no? Or 2?
It's hard to understand. Tell me what number I'm going to pull out of the deck. You heard 2? Okay, I'll just grab a random one, unless you want to grab it.
No, thank you. No, I play.
Okay.
I heard 3.
3. It's an ace.
Thank God.
Dang.
Thank God.
Yep. We'll check the bottom.
2 is on the bottom.
2 is on the bottom. What's on top? A 9. Okay. Would you like to try that again? Would you like to try? Tell me what card I'm going to pull out of the deck? What's the number? What number am I going to pull out of the deck? Is that a 7?
I think I heard 11. 11 or 7.
Okay, 11 would be an ace. So 3.
Ace? You hear that?
What'd you guys hear? No. They're not doing too good today.
It's okay. I don't mind it.
That's okay.
The flashlight was really enough.
I know. Can you turn on one of the other flashlights for me? So it's not this one. I don't want to touch the table. turn it on accident. Now we have a couple other pieces of equipment down here you can manipulate. You can touch that and make it blink. These things, if you touch these, they'll go to the red light will shine. What's your name? I didn't quite hear that. What's your name? Paul?
I heard Paul too.
Is your name, is Paul here? How about Magda? Margaret? So we have a city directory, we found it last night. And so we looked up Magda and to see if her name, Magda Abbott, was here or existed in, it's in 1966. I mean, it's the only one we had to go on. We couldn't find a Magda Abbott. But what we did find was a Margaret Abbott. So no indication that she worked here. And it's kind of funny because Margaret Abbott actually worked at the Clock, the restaurant in the Northeast. So, but she didn't have anything to do with this. So we're like, dang, you know, if it just said the Gateway and then we were really onto something, we have proof that she exists here. But like I said, she doesn't come through all the time, and we're still trying to figure out her story.
Can we have her ask a question?
No.
Yeah.
Nope. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
It says do it.
No, oh my God. You're lying. Oh, that's it.
Can you tell us what her name is? Please tell us her name. So if you introduce yourself to them,
Yeah.
maybe then they'll know your name.
Okay. Did you want to say your name?
Okay, yeah. So you guys, some of you know me. My name is Leon. If you can hear my voice, and if you can speak through this radio, can you say my name?
I heard. Okay, yes.
So please say my name.
Oh my God. The light's on. The light is on. Ugh.
Okay, on the count of 3, shut it off. No, okay.
Oh my God. This is good.
All right.
I wanted to ask him something else.
We're go ahead. One question for you. What year did you live here? Dos. I don't know what that means, though. Interesting voices coming through, because a lot of different voices.
Oh my God.
Eric.
Why did they say Eric? That's the person's name?
So he's either talking to somebody else on the other side, or he's saying his name is Eric. Is your name Eric? I'm listening for that same voice. Is your name Eric? Sound like him. Sound like the same name. Yeah, okay.
Oh,
Hi, Eric. Are you here in the room with us? Almost sounded like it said yeah, but it didn't seem like the same voice.
Yeah.
Eric, are you in the room with us? Couldn't tell if that was the same voice or not.
I'll say yeah.
Yeah, and it's going to take some time for them to get better at doing this. We haven't been here in years, and we just started doing our tours back here again, which is an absolute treat because we have somewhere to sit, and it's not in the dirt. But it's going to take time for us to build up the rapport. This is I think the third or fourth time we've been here. So, or I guess it's the fourth time today that we've been here since years ago. Years ago, we used to come here all the time, and we learned a lot about the place and a lot about the spirit. But it seems that some more are coming through. Addie's okay. She's not here right now. Addie is one of our investigators' daughter, and she was here last night. She's 12, and she does a really good job at it. And she's the one that got scratched last night.
Oh my God.
This is why we set an age limit.
Yes.
This is why we said, I mean, it kind of freaks her out still, but she's getting better at it. Some people would say that, don't bring your kids. You know what? She can handle it. She's good to go. She's smart. And her parents are here, and her parents know, I've been doing this for years, and so they know the limits as to what she should not do. Okay. Thank you. I'm going to shut the radio off. We'll talk to you later on. We'll talk to you on Friday. So thank you for talking with us. Goodbye. Adios. Okay.
What do we do to like not take anything home?
We're gonna say something to them, and we're gonna close it out.
Are we able to film that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So a long time ago, we've pretty much all of us have brought something home with us,
Oh.
and but we learned from that because we don't like that.
No.
And then our place is missing a ghost.
Yeah.
But and we've had guests take something home with them. And so this is years ago, and what we came up with after studying and trying to decide what to say and how to do it, we found a very good method of doing it. And it's all based on your intent. No matter what I say or anybody says, if you intend to take something home with you, you will. Okay? But that's why I tell everybody's like, I said, your intention is to leave this place clean. Do not take anything with you. You don't want it, regardless of what you think it is. You're not rescuing a little girl. You may be rescuing something far more nefarious, and you're taking it with you, and it's going to really mess up your life.
Jesus.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Can we do interviews upstairs?
Yeah. Let's close it out here.
Yes.
Okay. All right. To the spirits. To the spirits, thank you very much for coming through. We appreciate it. But we have some rules that you must follow. Those rules are that you are not allowed to follow us. You are not allowed to follow our belongings. You are not allowed to attach yourselves to us. You're not allowed to attach yourself to our belongings. You're not allowed to affect our dreams. You're not allowed to affect our lives in any way. When we leave this building, you cannot come with us. When we leave this building, our ties are severed. And that's it.
Now I'm going upstairs.
There you go.
I'll take you upstairs. You went first. I'm not being.
Oh yeah, we're locked in. Hang on. He's
Oh God. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh man. Jesus. Okay, so we can do, let's just go do them upstairs.
Upstairs?
Yeah.
So one night they heard a crashing noise down here, and you see that bull's head that's on the wall? They came down here. That bull's head was
Take that with you.
okay. Head was actually on the floor. Cameras to see how it happened, and it just came off. There's no explanation. But they also found the knob from inside the refrigerator on the floor, and it was there, or it wasn't there, and then all of a sudden it was there. Yeah. Interesting place.
Yes, and I'm just curious, when I do the interview, I'm curious to know what got you into this. I'll ask all those things.
Oh, okay, yeah. Let me hand this back to Alex real quick. Hey, Alex, are you able to take the Twitch?
She did.
Yeah! Have you done the No, I haven't. Have you, like, also, have you heard though?
I've heard a little bit, but I'm too scared.
Thank you. And on the live, they're talking. I'm pretty.
When is this gonna air? Do you guys know?
So not this weekend, the following weekend. I gotta look at the B-roll on there to make sure.
Yeah, I put it right there.
Do you know what time?
Yeah, so it's for Sunday, so at 8 a.m. first one, and the evening.
Oh,
Yeah.
what time is the evening?
It depends if we have games, so I usually don't give a time for the evening.
Oh,
Yeah, because it's supposed to go on at 5 o'clock, but there's games that come on at 9. So it just depends. Yeah. This is the first show on the evening.
that's cool. Sunday.
Yeah. And then for the interview, just for no error later on, if we don't go live for that, just so people so we can do our own. So are you live right now?
Yeah, it's live.
Oh, okay. So for the Sunday Funday, just so it can be like exclusive for KVIA, if we don't have to film it. That's
Okay, yeah. Absolutely. Let me, hey, Alex. Are you able to turn it off?
Yeah.
Okay, Twitchers, I'm going to see if I can turn this off. It's exclusivity for KVIA. See you guys later.
That's how I